What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Teddy Starks, and we're back with another Photoshop tutorial video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to create this image of Batman right here. I'm going to show you guys how to create realistic lighting and rim light around your subject. I'm going to show you guys how to blend your subject to the background so that way it looks all like one piece. Basically going to show you guys how to step up your thumbnail and art game in general. So if you guys like these tutorial videos, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, but most importantly, smash that like button, because not only does it take 3 seconds of your life, but it inspires and motivates me to want to keep creating content. Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, sometimes I fucking hate doing this shit, and the only thing that keeps me going is seeing that people actually want more and like watching the channel grow. So like, if you guys could just make the channel grow and like make it be known that like I am on the right path, that would be absolutely phenomenal, incredible, amazing, and just, I don't even know, it would just make me feel 100 times more motivated. So with that being said, let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we have our blank canvas. We're going to take our background, which is the Arkham Asylum from the Batman, one of the Batman games. I don't know which one it is, but then we have Batman as our actual main subject because it only makes sense to use Batman with a Batman background. So, we're gonna copy him, bring him to our main canvas, paste him. We're gonna stretch him so that way he fits into the canvas in a realistic sense. Now we're gonna duplicate him. And the reason why we're gonna duplicate him is because you always wanna have a duplicate of your main subject in case you do anything destructive or you just can't reverse or go back from anything that you do to your main subject and it leaves you, all messed up. At least you can go back to your duplicate and rework from there. So it's always good to have a duplicate. We're gonna hide the duplicate. We're gonna name this layer Batman Main. We're gonna name this layer Batman Copy. And now we're going to blend him just a little bit for now. And what I like to do is, I'm actually not gonna do what I like to do just yet. I'm actually gonna go to camera raw filter. All my photography buddies know all about this camera raw filter, or if you just know about photography in general. Basically, it's Lightroom within Photoshop. It gives you access to the exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, hue and saturation, just all that good stuff, which you actually have in your adjustments layer, but I think this is a little better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bump up the contrast a little bit, bring down these highlights a little bit. We're gonna bring up the shadows a little bit, bring up the whites a little bit, but bump down the blacks a little bit. Now we're gonna bring up the clarity a little bit. And I like this color blue that they chose for him, but I want to change it to something a little better. So I'm gonna bump up the reds. This is actually gonna control the color of his skin and like his belt and stuff. So I don't want to go too high with the oranges because if you notice, it turns his mouth like pink. We want it to be like right around there. Bump this up a little more. That's gonna control, like give a little color to his belt. Bump this up. This is where it's gonna change up his cape. And I like that color blue. Now we're gonna go to saturation, bump up the oranges just a little bit, bump up the yellows just a little bit, bump up them blues and them aquas again, and bang, that shit is dope. Look at that. And it actually blends it into the background a little bit more, so that's a double plus. So now we're gonna actually blend him a little more into the background, which there's 2 different ways you can do it. I'll show you both really fast. And one way is you click the adjustment, the layers adjustment icon, go to curves, press hold Alt on your keyboard and click in between the curves and your Batman main layer or whatever you're going to use as your main subject. You want to click in between it so that way it only affects just Batman and not the rest of the image. You don't want to click the white box, you want to click the half circle right here. Curves basically allows you to adjust the darkness and the highlights of the image, as you can see, but we don't want to play with that right now. So what we're going to do is, there's 3 eye drops. This is one way to do this. There's 3 eye drops right here, or you can do the auto button. I'll show you both, but right now we're going to do the 3 eye drops. Basically, this one right here is to control the darkness of the area. This one is for midtones, and this one is for highlights. So I'm going to click the dark one, and what we want to do is find the darkest area of the background, which is probably going to be in this area right here. Now, if I was doing client work right now or something like that, and you have to get really technical, you're really supposed to find literally the darkest pixel of the area. But for the sake of time saving and just showing you guys how to do this, I'm not really going to do that. But now we want to click the darkest area of Batman, which is probably going to be somewhere in his cape right here. So bang, I don't know if you guys seen that, but there definitely was a little adjustment to it. So now we're going to click the midtones. The midtones is going to be like the gray areas in between the darkest and the lightest of the background, which is probably going to be somewhere around in this area right here, these blue, teal, greenish areas. So we're going to click that. And the midtones of Batman is probably going to be somewhere within the gray areas of his suit or like his helmet or something. So we'll click around here. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I like it. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Definitely a big change. Now we're going to go with the highlights. The whitest area in the background, which is probably going to be somewhere right here in the moon or in this lantern. And I'm guessing it's going to be in this lantern right here. So we'll click that. And now we want to click the whitest area of Batman, which is probably going to be like right here. Bang. And that's before, after. Before, after. It looks pretty good. Probably gonna whiten up his teeth a little bit though. So we'll hide this one. We'll open up another curves adjustment layer. Hold Alt, click the middle, clip it to Batman. Click the half circle icon. Now we're gonna show you the auto one. So you wanna hold Alt on your keyboard and double click auto. This is the easier version. And then you just wanna click End Dark and Light Colors. I don't know if you guys seen that. And then on midtones, I'll probably change it up to a little bit more bluish, like around there. And then hit OK, then hit No. So this is before, this is after, and it just blends it in a little more with the background. But we're gonna get rid of that because I like the other one a little better. So I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna actually whiten up his teeth a little bit. And I'm gonna do that with the dodge and burn brushes, but I'm gonna use the dodge brush. So, whoops, click our Batman layer. We're just whiten up those teeth a little bit, whiten up these eyes a little bit, whiten up these highlights just a little bit. And that looks a little bit better. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we are going to add a light source, which is gonna be this explosion right here. So again, select all, edit, copy, edit, paste. We wanna put that on the top level so that way it actually doesn't get clipped to him, which it did. We don't want that, so we take it away. We're going to click normal, but now we're gonna select screen, and screen is gonna take away the black of the image and screen it out and leave us with just the explosion. So now we're gonna take that and we're gonna put it under Batman. We're going to move it right around here so it looks like the explosion is busting out of the gate of Arkham Asylum, or maybe Batman blew something up in the building and it's bursting out the door. I don't know, it's Batman, he's badass, y'all know how he is. So now we have a light source, right? Now we have to create a realistic source of light around him because the light is coming from behind him, which would leave like a ring or a rim light around him. So let's do that. And this is very tricky and sometimes it's frustrating, but it's worth it if you know how to do it. And it's very time consuming. So basically, in a nutshell, what you want to do is you just want to paint around the edges of him and anywhere where light would actually affect him inside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click our main image, adjustment layers. This time we're gonna go to hue and saturation. We're going to make sure that that's clipped to just Batman. We're going to click the half circle icon. Now we're gonna click this button right here, which is Colorize. And we're gonna try to match his color to the explosion color the best we can. I'm probably not gonna get it exactly accurate for the sake of time saving in this video. I just wanna show you guys how to do this. So we'll find the closest we can get. I'll say that's probably pretty close right there. It's not like dead on, but like I said, for the sake of time saving, that's pretty close. So now we're going to click this white box right here. We're going to hold control and we're going to press I, which is going to make an inverted mask. Now we're able to paint over our subject in the lights where we want them. So I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start off with his eye first, like this area right here first, because it seems like it'd be the easiest right now. So let's do that. Oh, before I get started, when you're painting in the image, remember white reveals, black conceals, which is these little boxes down here. You always want them to be white and black. You can switch them by pressing this little arrows icon right here, or you can get them to be white and black just by simply clicking this box right here. So make sure that those are always set to black and white or white and black. And now we're gonna keep it on white so that way we can paint, and then when we turn it black, which you can press X to switch back and forth on your keyboard to go back and forth. And let's get started. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's not fun at all. It does get a little frustrating, and you know, you gotta like be a real master at it to do it. And I mean, I'm not like legit master at it, but you know, can kind of do it. All right. So now we're gonna add some to his chest piece. Okay. So that looks okay for now. We just gotta hit a little bit of this side up. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Like I said, you know, this is why Photoshop or digital artists for Photoshop, you know, ask for decent payouts when doing client work, because you know, this is literally what they have to go through, and it takes time. A lot of people don't understand that, but it takes time. So okay, so now that we have our rim light going on, now what we're gonna do is we're going to add rain, because the original background has rain coming down anyways, so we might as well, you know, give it a more realistic effect, I guess. So we're gonna open up, we're gonna grab our rain, copy, paste to our main canvas. We want that on the top though, but we don't want it clipped. We're gonna screen it. And now we are going to give it a more realistic effect, because you know, when it really rains out and rain hits a surface, it creates splashes. So we got to give him splashes along the surface of his body. So let's get our splashes. And you can find a better image of splashes. I just took this one and I'm gonna use it because I don't know, I'm just kind of lazy right now. But whatever works for you will work. So get whatever you can. Just gonna grab all that, edit, cut, main canvas, paste, magic wand, delete. Now we have our little water effect. So we're gonna have to do a lot of duplicating right now, which is gonna suck, but hey, it's part of the process. So let's get into that. And what you wanna do is you wanna put it on like the surface of his body to where it looks like it would splash, like his shoulders, a little bit of his chest area. And we're gonna duplicate. Whoops. Duplicate. Nope, I grabbed my rain. Duplicate. Duplicate again. This time we're going to invert it this way. Okay, so now we have our watery, splashy effect that makes it look like the rain is really hitting him. If I was normally working for a client or something like that, I wouldn't merge all these layers down. I would keep them individually just in case they want to change something. But because I know this is going to be part of the final project, I'm just going to merge all these layers down. Merge layers. Okay, so now the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to add smoke to it, because smoke, you know, gives off another realistic vibe. So we get our smoke cloud, select, copy, back to our main canvas. Probably gonna put 3 smoke clouds. I'm gonna put one in front of him, like right around here, just enough to see and give it that smoky feel. I'm gonna put one behind him in front of the fire, like right around there. I'm gonna put one behind the fire, right around here. And then I'm gonna put one more in front of him, well, but like over here. So like right around there, but we're gonna move that layer in front of him. So now that gives off another realistic-y looking, you know, feel to it. Now we're going to add our embers, which is these right here, our little fire embers. First, we are actually going to go to curves adjustment. We're gonna make the background true black, because right now it's not, it looks black, but it's not true black. So now it's true black, merge, select all, copy, back to our main subjects, post that on the top, screen, and move this one, probably like, that. That looks pretty good. Duplicate. Now we're going to invert it to the other way. Like right around there. That looks pretty good. One more. Whoops. Put it down over here, like right around here maybe. All right, so now we have our, actually let's move this down a little bit more. Yeah, right about there. So now we have our embers going on. Let's add a bat silhouette to the moon, just because, you know, this wouldn't be a true Batman project if we didn't have actual bats in it. So we got our bat silhouette. We're gonna take our lasso. We're gonna cut out a couple of these bats over here. Edit, cut, back to our main subject. Paste. We're gonna make them small. I'm gonna stick them in front of the moon right here, but we're going to give it a Gaussian blur, because the background of the moon would be in the distance, which would be out of focus, which would have a natural blur to it. So we're gonna give it a little blur. I would say about 3.0 is pretty good. So now our bats are in there. And last but not least, we're going to give this one more blending procedure, which is basically you're going to take your rectangle box over here. You're going to select a color. You're going to use your eyedrop to get a color from the background. So you can just pick and pull a color. I'm going to go with something over here, this blue, but we're going to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to go with that blue right there. I'm going to click here, drag all the way so that it covers your entire image. We're going to rasterize this. And now we are going to soft light over our image, we're going to bring the opacity down to about I would say about 25 maybe. That looks about good. And it just gives it just a little more blend mode to it, you know what I'm saying? Just a nice little bit more blending to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh no, wait a second. If we're gonna make this a true thumbnail or a true thing, we gotta put some type of text. I like to use this, another America font. Let's change the color to white. We'll type in, I'm gonna put dark night. So we got dark. Let's put night. Dark night. We're gonna rasterize all three of these. Merge down. I mean, there's so much you can do to text that I'll maybe make another video on, but we're not gonna do that right now, so that's why I'm merging all three right now. We're just gonna move this to the side over here, like this. We're going to save it as a PSD first, so that way if we wanna come back and make any changes, we can. So we'll name it Batman Thumbnail PSD. Save. Now we're gonna merge all. Come down here. Save as PNG. Name it Batman Final Thumbnail. Save. And that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial and you guys want more, and you just whatever it is that you guys want, like I said, you know, please comment it, like, subscribe. Like I said, I can't stress this enough. The more you guys like and the more you guys subscribe makes the channel grow, but most importantly, it inspires and motivates me to just want to keep on putting out content and just being the best content creator that I possibly can be. So that helps a lot, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys for the next video.